India alliance divided over prime ministerial face after Nitish's emergency meet now left hits out at Mamata. Republic scoops the big exclusive on Dawood Ibrahim, name of the hospital where he is admitted, access. As NIA crackdown on terror continues, Republic exposes the ISIS module in Karnataka's Ballari. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a big day inside the Lok Sabha, with the criminal code bills now being passed by the Lok Sabha. This at a time when several opposition MPs have already been suspended. But the focus right now is also about the biggest criminal reform that has been brought in by the Modi government. What does this essentially mean? Keeping in mind that, remember, the IPC, the CRPC was just colonial era laws that were brought in. And that is exactly why whenever multiple cases were being probed by our agencies as well as the police system, they found that there were several lacunae that was never addressed, because remember, these laws were actually not changed since India gained independence. Today, Union Home Minister Amit Shah essentially focused on the fact that these redrafted bills essentially reflects the Indianness. It also brings in the much needed change. What we'll are going to do right now is going to play out those reactions coming in from the Lok Sabha. But at the same time, while this historical reform was actually brought in, what is it that the opposition MPs essentially had to say about this? They say that the Modi government has been extremely nervous about bringing in any change, and they wanted to bring about these changes minus the opposition. Why exactly was this statement made? This statement was made in light of the fact that over 140 parliamentarians have been suspended in both the houses. Remember, that was done essentially because of the unruly behavior of the parliamentarians, and largely this has become the biggest bone of contention between both sides. Not just that, also the mocking of the Rajya Sabha chairman is something that hasn't really gone down well, and both sides have essentially resulted in a major political face-off. Let's first play out what is it that the Union Home Minister had to say on the floor of the Parliament, and then we go across to our senior executive editor, Abhishek Kapoor, who's going to put this into perspective as to what does this essentially mean, the changes that have been brought in, and what are the major changes that have been brought in. How does that really impact your lives?
चैप्टर को समझिए, चैप्टर की अनुक्रमणिका देखेंगे तो ही मालूम पड़ जाएगा कि कानून इस देश के नागरिकों के लिए नहीं बने थे, कानून अंग्रेजों की राज की सुरक्षा के लिए। मान्यवर, अभी जो कानून हम रिपील करने जा रहे हैं, वो कानून में मानववध और किसी महिला के साथ अत्याचार, उसके पहले सरकारी खजाने को लूटने की सजा, रेलवे की पटरी उखाड़ने की सजा और ब्रिटिश ताज के अपमान की सजा को रखा गया था। मानववध तो बेचारा 302 नंबर पर बैठा बैठा अपनी राह देख रहा था। सुरक्षा प्रायोरिटी क्या थी? मानववध नहीं थी। किसी महिला के साथ हुआ दुर्व्यवहार, अत्याचार को न्याय दिलाना नहीं था। प्रायोरिटी खजाने की रक्षा था, रेलवे की रक्षा था और ब्रिटिश ताज की सलामती रखना प्रायोरिटी थी। अब ये पूरा का पूरा बदलकर सबसे पहले महिला और बच्चों के विरुद्ध को अपराध को प्रायोरिटी दी गई है। मानव शरीर पर प्रभाव डालने वाले विषयों को प्रायोरिटी दी है। उसके बाद में देश की सीमाओं की सुरक्षा को प्रायोरिटी दी है। उसके बाद में सेना, नौसेना, वायुसेना के संबंधित अपराधों को लिखा गया है। उसके बाद इलेक्ट्रोल अपराधों को लिखा गया है। उसके बाद सिक्के, करेंसी नोट, बैंक नोट और सरकारी स्टैंप के साथ छेड़खानी को लिया गया है। और उसके बाद ब्ला 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 बाकी सारी चीजें आती हैं। तो पहली बार हमारे संविधान का जो स्पिरिट है, वो स्पिरिट के हिसाब से कानून अब मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में बनने जा रहा है। मुझे गौरव है कि तीनों कानूनों को 150 साल के बाद बदलने का और वो बिल को पायलट कर इस सदन में लाने का गौरव मुझे प्राप्त हुआ है। मान्यवर, जो कहते थे कि हम नहीं समझते हैं, मैंने कहा कि अगर मन खुला रखोगे और मन भारतीय रखोगे तो समझ में आ जाएगा। मन अगर इटली का है तो कभी नहीं समझ में आएगा। मान्यवर, मन का सवाल होता है, भाषा का सवाल नहीं होता है। मन अगर यहाँ का है तो तुरंत समझ में आ जाता है, मन अगर यहाँ का नहीं है तो कभी समझ में नहीं आएगा। इस सदन को कहना चाहता हूँ कि 2014 में नरेंद्र मोदी सरकार आने के बाद, एक लंबे अरसे बाद, अटल जी की सरकार ने भी ये प्रयास किया था, परंतु एक मिलीजुली सरकार थी, कई प्रकार की इसमें कठिनाइयां भी आती थी, मगर लंबे समय के बाद 2 बार इस देश की जनता ने ऐसी सरकार चुनी जिस सरकार ने अपने पूरे मैनिफेस्टो को अक्षरशः लागू करने का काम किया है, और जिस मैनिफेस्टो को मैंडेट किया था इसको लेकर फिर से जनता के सामने जाएंगी। हमने कहा था हम धारा 370 और 35 से हटा देंगे, हट गई। हमने वादा किया था आतंकवाद, उग्रवाद और के खिलाफ जीरो टॉलरेंस की नीति सरकार बनाएगी और सुरक्षा कर्मियों को फ्री हैंड देंगे, हमने दिया। इसके कारण 3 हॉटस्पॉट, जम्मू कश्मीर, वामपंथी उग्रवादी क्षेत्र और उत्तर पूर्व में हिंसक घटनाओं में 63% की कमी आई है और मृत्यु में 73% की कमी आई है, और पूर्वोत्तर से 70% से ज्यादा क्षेत्र से अब सपा को हटा लिया गया है। जिन्होंने अपने एजेंडा में रखा था कि हम अब सपा हटाएंगे, वो ऐसी स्थिति का निर्माण नहीं कर पाए। हमने नहीं रखा था, अब सपा को हटाया नहीं है, परंतु हमने इसके अमल को रिस्ट्रिक्ट करने में सफलता प्राप्त करी है, क्योंकि वहां कानून और व्यवस्था की परिस्थिति ठीक हुई।
Union Home Minister essentially emphasizing the fact that these redrafted bills reflects the Indianness, the Indian constitution and the much needed reforms. So if you're essentially thinking at what are the changes that have been brought in, how does this really impact your and my life? For more on this, I'm joined by our senior executive editor Abhishek Kapoor, who's going to break it down for all our viewers who are tuning in right now to understand how does the common man really get affected with this. Abhishek, if you can, with the help of an example, tell our viewers what are the radical changes that have been brought in? How does it benefit you, me, and everyone who's watching this is exclusive?
Well, Shawan, so this is a fundamental reform. It's a transformation, in fact, from old to the new. And it's lock, stock, barrel reform of the mindset itself under which the criminal justice system works. So at one level, it replaces retributive justice with the reformative justice. At another level, it values the citizen and brings the citizen at the center of the entire prosecution system to make sure that everything is in a time-bound manner, from the filing of an FIR to the time of filing of a prosecution complaint, as it is called, a charge sheet, or to the time when the judge takes up the case, framing of charges, to the time that a case is finalized, arguments heard, and then after the arguments are over, a certain time limit within which a judge is supposed to deliver a verdict, not keep it reserved for n number of days at the whim and fancy of that sitting judge. So I think that's a very fundamental reform in terms of bringing in a time-bound limit to every part of the prosecution process, because you asked what difference does it make to us as citizens. So that's one. Another example, if I could give, in the case of, in the existing penal laws, in the case of rape of a minor, the provision of punishment was vague. Anything above 7 years imprisonment, including possibility of 10 years, rigorous imprisonment, etc. Now it fixes tough punishment of death penalty for rape of a minor, and that's something which is a very significant takeaway, I would say, of these changes that have been brought in. Also, in the case of a rape of any other individual who is not a minor, the punishment is fixed at 20 years at the very least, and does not leave it to the whims and fancies and to any loopholes in prosecution so far as this heinous crime is concerned. Similarly, it brings in, as the Home Minister himself explained, the definition of terrorism within the penal laws. Remember, we have a dedicated terror law, anti-terror law under the UAPA, but then the problem is that not every case can be given under the UAPA because the state government would believe that there are already existing penal laws, then why go for UAPA? So that ambiguity was there. Now terror laws or terror provision or anti-terror provisions have been brought in our existing criminal penal laws as well, and so any loophole to the extent of a political call being taken, like we had seen, for example, in the case of Uttar Pradesh, where many of those people who were convicted, in fact, in terror cases were let go. And because the government said that the government took a political call to not pursue the case. So I think that those provisions have been plugged, and that's what Union Home Minister Amit Shah said, that terrorists have no human rights, and so there should be no loophole available to them to go scot-free in any manner. So that contradiction between the anti-terror law and the penal laws has been plugged. That's another example. Also, Shravan, at the root of this entire exercise is this attack on the colonial era mindset. Remember all these penal laws that exist, the Indian Penal Code, the Indian Evidence Act, the Criminal Procedure Code, which now become phased out, essentially were brought in by the British to preserve the colonial estate. And so at the center of these laws was how to take care of the colonial estate and not the citizen. So that has been changed, as was again explained by the Union Home Minister. If I could quickly just give one example, crimes like murder and rape come at section 302 and section 376 in the IPC, while crimes against the state, for example, theft of public property, comes in section 50 or 60. That gives you an idea of what was the pre-consideration of the British state in terms of preserving their own property at the expense of even a citizen's life. So I think that's another change. Also, the most important, of course, I would say the two ones, which is it does away with sedition, brings in a law against the country. If you do anything against the nation, that's a crime. But then sedition, which is against the state specifically, is taken away. And we had seen, for example, so many 124 section IPC cases being filed whenever somebody criticized the government. That's not going to be a crime anymore. That should really gladden the eyes of hearts of the liberal set, because criticizing the government per se is not a crime anymore. And of course, the final one, mob lynching, is also a crime now. And again, that was also one of the demands of the secular liberal set and the Union Home Minister in the Parliament when he spoke on these laws, underscoring the fact that this government has brought in a law specific to mob lynching with a strict punishment, which earlier governments had failed to do. Shravan.
Well, Abhishek, just a quick question that I also want to take with you is with regards to how it all started. In fact, when I was speaking to a top IPS officer who's also served as a DGP and made a presentation before the Union Home Minister, was largely talking about the much needed reforms. It turns out that the Union Home Minister thereafter actually did a larger understanding or larger representation with all the police forces to get a sense of why these changes were not brought in. The stumbling block, if I may understand from you, Abhishek, what are the stumbling blocks that this government essentially faced in bringing about these changes? This was being demanded for a very long time. Previous governments have also faced this demand, but no one essentially had the gumption to make any changes. Why don't you take us through how the changes were brought in?
Good that you asked, Shravan, and your question has the answer. The answer is gumption, political gumption, and this vision that this has to be done. There have been n number of administrative reforms commissions, police reforms reports, which have talked about bringing in those changes, comprehensive changes in the penal laws, but nothing was done. And even in this instance, while a lot of consultative mechanism was put in place, every state government consulted, every high court consulted, every law commission that has existed in the last 3-4 years consulted, and their provision and their suggestions taken. In fact, remember, even after introducing the bills in the parliament. It was sent to the standing committee of the Home Affairs, and then all those changes that were suggested appropriately brought in. In fact, new laws brought in to replace the old ones that were introduced in the last session of parliament. Having said that, it's about the political gumption and vision. It goes back to, Union Home Minister Amit Shah specifically having this thought at least decades back, where he would be talking about this thought that these are British era laws. They don't keep citizen at the center.
Abhishek.
And the example of which is that the section dealing with murder of a citizen is section 302, and the section dealing with public property theft is section 50, 60 or 70, and that gives you an idea of the mindset that needs to be changed. So I think it's about the government having a certain mindset and a political vision and executing it, of course, within the larger framework of our parliamentary system and a consultative mechanism that was put in place.
Well, thank you very much, Abhishek. I'll just request you to stay on with us because we're getting another big breaking news tracking the India Alliance movements that are taking place. Remember, after the meeting that took place yesterday in the national capital, there is an all-out war within the India Alliance. Just to put this into perspective, as we put out that breaking news, it was Mamata Banerjee, Chief Minister of West Bengal, essentially proposing the name of Mallikarjun Kharge, the Congress president, as the face of the India Alliance, the prime ministerial face, something that was also supported by Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. That did not really go down well with someone who's always harbored the prime ministerial ambition, and that is Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar. In fact, a short while back, we got the news that in fact, before we put out the information with regards to our big breaking as far as Dawood Ibrahim is concerned, let's just put out that information that came in with regards to Mallikarjun Kharge. Yeah, so we're getting in that breaking news right now, and those are the images coming in of yesterday after the India Alliance meeting that took place. Now, it turns out that Arvind Kejriwal and others have also now tried to reach out to placate Nitish Kumar. In fact, Congress has informally agreed to Mallikarjun Kharge's name. That's the big breaking news now coming in. Let's put that out on our screens. We're getting in information that Congress has informally agreed to Kharge's name. This comes after Mamata made her stand official on Kharge as a little while ago. I'm told that we are getting in some more reactions, but before that, let me just quickly go across to Abhishek Kapoor. Abhishek, big breaking news now coming in, and that's with regards to Mallikarjun Kharge's name being accepted by the Congress party, because it seems yesterday publicly Mallikarjun Kharge said that this is a decision that's going to be taken after the elections. Now it seems that it has been accepted internally within the Congress party. Will Nitish Kumar really accept it?
Well, obviously, Nitish Kumar is not going to accept it, Shawan, and that's why we are seeing all the tantrums that have panned out over the last 24 hours with Nitish Kumar and Lalu Prasad Yadav actually almost walking out of the meeting, and JDU since then taking pot shots to the extent that one of their MPs has been talking about the India Alliance meeting yesterday getting reduced just to a tea biscuit party, and not even samosa being there. I think the issue is that RJD desperately wants Nitish to become the India Alliance convener or face of the India Alliance in the 2024 election, because if Nitish takes a national role is only when Tejasvi gets to become the Chief Minister of Bihar. So there is a vested interest of the RJD and the JDU to project Nitish Kumar as the national face. Mamata Banerjee, of course, puncturing that yesterday in cahoots with Arvind Kejriwal, and that has really got Nitish Kumar fuming. It's unlikely that from here on it's going to be any sort of commonality of interest in the larger India Alliance, and specifically between Mamata Banerjee and Arvind Kejriwal on one side and Lalu Prasad Yadav and Nitish Kumar on the other. And so I think effectively what we are seeing is what has happened over the last 72 hours in terms of opposition space essentially crumbles the cookie so far as their challenge to the BJP led by Narendra Modi is concerned. And these developments, be it the comment made by Mamata Banerjee on seat sharing with the Congress party or the Aam Aadmi party, saying absolutely no question of sharing any seats with the Congress in Punjab, for example. And similarly, both Mamata and Arvind Kejriwal proposing the name of Mallikarjun Kharge, in effect telling the larger alliance that Rahul Gandhi is not acceptable as the face, as also, of course, as they say, shooting two birds with single stone, taking care of the Nitish Kumar challenge in many ways. I think what we're seeing is ultimately the end of the India alliance as it was expected to.
Right. Thank you very much, Abhishek, for getting us two big stories on This Is Exclusive. Shifting focus now to that third big exclusive coming in. A story that Republic Media Network has been ahead. What's really happening with Dawood Ibrahim? Unlike few other networks who have only been speculating and who had already come to some sort of a conclusion about Dawood Ibrahim, here on Republic Media Network, we are only putting out credible information. Tonight, we are getting you full details of what really happened to Dawood Ibrahim. We told you day before yesterday about the fact that Dawood Ibrahim wasn't really keeping well. Tonight, we get you details of which is the hospital that Dawood Ibrahim was actually taken to. Not very surprising that Pakistanis had to actually use their own defense hospital to actually treat Dawood Ibrahim. So it was clear that Dawood Ibrahim wasn't really keeping well. Now we're getting you images of the hospital in which Dawood Ibrahim was kept. One, second, with regards to where he was taken and the significance of it, because important to point out here is that all this while Pakistan has simply been denying the fact that Dawood Ibrahim does not stay in Pakistan. Tonight we have also got details of the very place, the locations where Dawood Ibrahim was kept, and also the hospital that he was taken to. Let me also quickly go across to my colleague Sandeep, who's getting us this latest details, that big exclusive that has been scooped by my colleague Sandeep. Sandeep, we're putting out the images that have been accessed by you about the hospital in Karachi where Dawood Ibrahim was actually taken to. Why don't you help us break it down for our viewers, the location of this hospital and what is it that you are picking up? Because unlike other media networks who have been only doing speculative stories, here on Republic TV, we are putting out credible information after speaking to multiple stakeholders on this story.
In fact, reporting on this very case since day one, when the case of Dawood Ibrahim being poisoned story broke up. And in fact, after that, we intelligence agencies, and in fact we got to know that Dawood Ibrahim was in fact hospitalized a week or two ago in Pakistan. And apart from that, Shavan, when we went into deep investigation in this matter, we got to know that he was admitted in Aga Khan Hospital located in Pakistan. Apart from that, he was also admitted in PNS Shifa Hospital. That is the name of the hospital that we have been told. Apart from that, it is being said that Dawood Ibrahim had changed his name to take the treatment. Remember, Pakistan has been denying the fact that Dawood Ibrahim resides in fact, Pakistan. But apart from that, in order to hide his credential, in order to hide the face of terrorism, in fact, his name was changed and in fact he was taking treatment there. It is not yet clear what kind of treatment he was in fact taking there, but it is being said that he was going through, serious illnesses, and that is what being told. Now, PNS Shifa is a hospital which is located in Karachi, Sindh province, wherein it is a defense hospital. It is a naval hospital wherein government officers who take, in fact, take the treatment out there. But at this point of time, being a civilian, although he is being called a muhajir, that is a refugee there, being a civilian, Dawood Ibrahim in fact took treatment there in the government hospital, the defense hospital out there, and in fact his name, his credentials, his identity was in fact hidden, and following which the treatment was given. Chavan.
Right. Sandeep, in just 30 seconds, why don't you take our viewers through the other big breaking news that we have? In fact, you have also accessed details of not only Dawood Ibrahim's locations in Pakistan. This is an investigation that was carried out by the National Investigation Agency. His close aides, Javed Chikna and others, their addresses have also been put out in an official document that has been submitted by the National Investigation Agency before the court. This was in the Salim Fruitwala case. But just quickly take our viewers in 30 seconds. Details that you've accessed from your sources within the NIA.
See, yes, Shravan, we have been in touch with multiple central agencies, and in fact, NIA was one of them, and we had got the details of Dawood Ibrahim's, Javed Chikna, also Tiger Memon, one of the accused in 1993 blast. As far as Dawood Ibrahim is concerned, he resides at the Clifton area of Karachi. That is what being told. Apart from that, there is another place which is Defence Housing Authority in Karachi, where Dawood Ibrahim resides. Apart from that, Shakil Babul Moidun Sheikh, that is the person, one of the accused, Chota Shakil in fact, he also resides there in Pakistan, Karachi. Apart from that, Haji Ani, Haji Ibrahim Sheikh, he also resides in Karachi D95 Mohalla Clifton. So they are close neighbors in fact. And if you go through with the Tiger's Memon details, he resides on two addresses. What we have got is DHA Karachi, Pakistan. So he also resides in Karachi. Another address is Golf Course Road in Karachi, Pakistan. So definitely, after these addresses have emerged, we have got the details. The agencies are aware, in fact, where these people are residing, and in fact, the Pakistan government, the ISI, agencies like ISI, is in fact providing shelter to these terrorists.
Sandeep, I'm sorry, I'll have to interrupt. Sandeep, I'm sorry, I'll have to interrupt because we're really running short of time, but two big exclusives coming up here on Republic TV. And ladies and gentlemen, unlike other media networks, this is not a speculative story. We've also reached out to all the Indian agencies who have been tracking Dawood Ibrahim for decades put together, and based on credible information, we're putting out the fact that Dawood Ibrahim hasn't been keeping well. In fact, he was hospitalized. Details of the hospital has also now been put out. And not just that, we've also got you details of the very place that Dawood Ibrahim has been staying. Unlike other networks who have only been relying on pictures that are available on a website, publicly available to everyone. Thank you very much for watching. This is exclusive. That's all that we could pack in this edition. On the other side, news and updates continue. Karnataka ISIS module, we get you details of the big crackdown that has been carried out by the NIA. Republic exposes the ISIS module in Karnataka's Ballari.
Powered by Epson Eco Tank Printers. Join the Eco Revolution.
The Ministry of Commerce, Government of India has conferred the
संतों का पंजाब, दिलदारों का पंजाब, देश का अनाज भंडार पंजाब, बिजनेस में तरक्की करता पंजाब, देश को सफल बनाता पंजाब। देखिए हमारे साथ बढ़ता पंजाब। सीएम भगवंत मान से जानेंगे पंजाब के विकास की गाथा। कृषि, रोजगार और निवेश से क्यों चमक रहा पंजाब का माथा। चहुमुखी विकास है सीएम भगवंत मान का वादा। हम उनसे ही सुनेंगे अब क्या है उनका इरादा। बढ़ता पंजाब इस सोमवार सुबह 10:30 बजे से सिर्फ रिपब्लिक भारत पर। सीएम भगवंत मान से जानेंगे पंजाब के विकास की गाथा। कृषि, रोजगार और निवेश से क्यों चमक रहा पंजाब का माथा। चहुमुखी विकास है सीएम भगवंत मान का वादा। हम उनसे ही सुनेंगे अब क्या है उनका इरादा। बढ़ता पंजाब इस सोमवार सुबह 10:30 बजे से सिर्फ रिपब्लिक भारत पर। सीएम भगवंत मान से जानेंगे पंजाब के विकास की गाथा। कृषि, रोजगार और निवेश से क्यों चमक रहा पंजाब का माथा। चहुमुखी विकास है सीएम भगवंत मान का वादा। हम उनसे ही सुनेंगे अब क्या है उनका इरादा। बढ़ता पंजाब इस सोमवार सुबह 10:30 बजे से सिर्फ रिपब्लिक भारत पर। संतों का पंजाब, दिलदारों का पंजाब, देश का अनाज भंडार पंजाब, बिजनेस में तरक्की करता पंजाब, देश को सफल बनाता पंजाब। देखिए हमारे साथ बढ़ता पंजाब। सीएम भगवंत मान से जानेंगे पंजाब के विकास की गाथा। कृषि, रोजगार और निवेश से क्यों चमक रहा पंजाब का माथा। चहुमुखी विकास है सीएम भगवंत मान का वादा। हम उनसे ही सुनेंगे अब क्या है उनका इरादा। बढ़ता पंजाब इस सोमवार सुबह 10:30 बजे से सिर्फ रिपब्लिक भारत पर। संतों का पंजाब, दिलदारों का पंजाब, देश का अनाज भंडार पंजाब, बिजनेस में तरक्की करता पंजाब, देश को सफल बनाता पंजाब। देखिए हमारे साथ बढ़ता पंजाब। संतों का पंजाब, दिलदारों का पंजाब, देश का अनाज भंडार पंजाब, बिजनेस में तरक्की करता पंजाब, देश को सफल बनाता पंजाब। देखिए हमारे साथ बढ़ता पंजाब। संतों का पंजाब, दिलदारों का पंजाब, देश का अनाज भंडार पंजाब, बिजनेस में तरक्की करता पंजाब, देश को सफल बनाता पंजाब। देखिए हमारे साथ बढ़ता पंजाब। सीएम भगवंत मान से जानेंगे पंजाब के विकास की गाथा। कृषि, रोजगार और निवेश से क्यों चमक रहा पंजाब का माथा। चहुमुखी विकास है सीएम भगवंत मान का वादा। हम उनसे ही सुनेंगे अब क्या है उनका इरादा। बढ़ता पंजाब इस सोमवार सुबह 10:30 बजे से सिर्फ रिपब्लिक भारत पर। सीएम भगवंत मान से जानेंगे पंजाब के विकास की गाथा। कृषि, रोजगार और निवेश से क्यों चमक रहा पंजाब का माथा। चहुमुखी विकास है सीएम भगवंत मान का वादा। हम उनसे ही सुनेंगे अब क्या है उनका इरादा। बढ़ता पंजाब इस सोमवार सुबह 10:30 बजे से सिर्फ रिपब्लिक भारत पर।
The Ministry of Commerce, Government of India has conferred the National Award for Innovation on Amity School out of 10,000 schools in India with Atal Tinkering Labs, a testimony to Amity's focus on instilling scientific temperament and innovative spirit among its students.
सीएम भगवंत मान से जानेंगे पंजाब के विकास की गाथा। कृषि, रोजगार और निवेश से क्यों चमक रहा पंजाब का माथा। चहुमुखी विकास है सीएम भगवंत मान का वादा। हम उनसे ही सुनेंगे अब क्या है उनका इरादा। बढ़ता पंजाब इस सोमवार सुबह 10:30 बजे से सिर्फ रिपब्लिक भारत पर। संतों का पंजाब, दिलदारों का पंजाब।
Facing the colonial era IPC, CRPC and the Indian Evidence Act, but then our focus remains on the standoff between the opposition and the government on the issue of suspensions, and in fact it escalated further. Prime Minister Narendra Modi in fact spoke to Rajya Sabha Chairman and Vice President of India Dhankhar in the morning to express pain over the alleged disrespect shown to his office by some of the suspended MPs who mimicked his style of presiding over the House. Dhankhar shared the details of the Prime Minister's conversation with him in a post on X. He went on to say that the Prime Minister shared his own experience of having been belittled for as many as 2 decades. Not just this, even the President tweeted in support of the Vice President and expressed anguish and dismay over the mockery. However, Trinamool Congress MP Kalyan Banerjee, who started it all, remains defiant and unapologetic and was also backed by TMC Supremo Mamata Banerjee. Listening to those reactions coming in from Parliament.
हम तो रेस्पेक्ट करते हैं सबको ना, ये डिसरेस्पेक्ट का कोई बात नहीं होता है। इसको जस्ट पॉलिटिकली कैजुअली, आपको तो पता भी नहीं चलता अगर राहुल जी वीडियो में तो छवि नहीं तुलता तो
कैसे किया। वहां पे एमपीज बैठे हुए थे, मैंने उनका वीडियो लिया, मेरा वीडियो मेरे फोन पे है, मीडिया दिखा रहा है, मीडिया कह रहा है, मोदी जी कह रहे हैं, किसी ने कुछ कहा ही नहीं है। अपनी क्लास भी लिया है, किसी ने कुछ नहीं वहां पे किसानों का अपमान किया। नहीं सुनिए, देखिए वहां पे हमारे 150 एमपीज को बाहर फेंक दिया है, ठीक है। उसके बारे में मीडिया में कोई चर्चा नहीं हो रही है, ठीक है। उनको आपने पार्लियामेंट से बाहर उठा के फेंक दिया, उसकी कोई चर्चा नहीं हो रही है। अदानी जी पे कोई चर्चा नहीं हो रही है। राफेल पे फ्रांस ने कहा है कि भैया इन्वेस्टिगेशन नहीं अलाउ हो रहा, उस पर कोई चर्चा नहीं हो रही है। बेरोजगारी पे कोई चर्चा नहीं हो रही है। हमारे एमपीज वहां पे दुखी हैं, बाहर बैठे हुए हैं, उन पे आप चर्चा कर रहे हो। मतलब थोड़ा तो न्यूज दिखा दिया करो ना, थोड़ा सा आपकी जिम्मेदारी बनती है। अब आप टोटली मतलब एक लाइन पे चले तो क्या करें।
I have not said either it is Rajya Sabha or it is Lok Sabha. It's a mock parliament was going on. If he has taken on his shoulder, I am really helpless. Does he really behave like this in the Rajya Sabha? That's my question. Now that's my question. No, I have never intended. There'll be sin. Either you allow me to speak, otherwise you will. No, then either you allow me to speak or then. Now I will tell. I have never any intention to hurt anyone. Dhankhar Sahab is also in my profession. He is a senior than me. He is also senior advocate. I am also senior advocate. In our profession, we never hurt anyone. I did not intend to do it. But if he is hurt, then I do not know why he is taking it on his shoulder itself. I do not know, because my question is, if he thinks that there is similarity between the behavior of him and myself, then my question is, does he behave in this way in the Rajya Sabha? I have a great respect for Dhankhar ji. Firstly, he belongs to my profession. Secondly, he was our ex-governor. Thirdly, he is our vice president, he is a chairman. But
I did not want to hurt anyone. And it's
All right, Kalyan Banerjee there, absolutely unapologetic and in fact saying that he did not really mean disrespect. But the BJP, of course, has condemned the mockery and said that the opposition has always targeted those belonging to the minority categories. Listening to those BJP reactions as well.
आखिरकार सदन तो चर्चा के लिए ही है। सदन में चर्चा क्यों नहीं विपक्ष होने दे रहा? क्यों प्ले कार्ड लेके तख्तियां लेके वेल में कूद पड़ते हैं और खड़गे जी क्यों नहीं उस समय रोकते हैं? क्यों नहीं चर्चा करते हैं? इशारे सारे सदन में देखे जाते हैं, कौन किसको इशारे कर रहे हैं? वेल में कूदने के लिए, हंगामा खड़े करने के लिए, तख्तियां लाने के लिए, और ये हंगामे करने वाले कोई और नहीं, ये कांग्रेस पार्टी और इनके नेता हैं। इसका जवाब भी खड़गे जी को देना पड़ेगा कि क्या राहुल गांधी जी ने जो उपराष्ट्रपति का अपमान किया है, क्या वो स्वीकार है? ये बड़ा सवाल खड़ा होता है।
First commit a cardinal sin and then remain defiant about it. Kalyan Banerjee, when asked to apologize for his egregious act of mimicking and mocking the Vice President of India, the son of the soil, the son of a farmer, an OBC Vice President who comes from Jat Samaj, instead of apologizing unconditionally, he says that mimicry and mocking is an art form and I have only performed an art form. And then he started even chastising the media personnel who were asking him questions, telling them that you are exploiting your position. This is the arrogance, elitism, defiance. First, you make such a horrible, horrendous error and judgment mistake, and then you have brazenness and defiance. And even the Congress party, Rahul Gandhi says, why should I comment on it? Congress MPs say it's a trivial issue. So insulting constitutional positions is an art form for Congress and India Alliance. First you insult President of India, call her Rashtrapatni. Then you insult Prime Minister of India, say Kabr Khudegi Modi ki abuses OBC Samaj. Now you insult OBC Vice President of India and you say it's an art form. So it is art form of TMC, art form of Congress to insult those who occupy constitutional positions, especially those who come from the Garib, Shoshit, Vanchit Samaj. Today the Jat Samaj, today the Samaj of OBC is very angry, protesting, but instead of apologizing, there is defiance and brazenness. And where is Mr. Surjewala? Where is Bhupender Hooda? Where is Bhupender Hooda ji? All of them are silent. And Rahul Gandhi is defiant. Kalyan Banerjee is defiant.
देखिएगा, बहुत दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है। ये इंडिया अलायंस ने संकल्प ले रखा है कि हम हिंदू संस्कृति की भी दुर्गति करेंगे, इनका मजाक उड़ाएंगे और हिंदू धर्म को ख़त्म करने का काम करेंगे। और वैसे ही समाज के अनेकों अनेक लोग जो समाज के लिए समर्पित हैं, वैसे तो कहेंगे ओबीसी का गणना करनी चाहिए और दूसरी तरफ ओबीसी के प्रधानमंत्री की मिमिक्री करना, उनके लिए गंदे गंदे प्ले कार्ड्स लेके आना और डिप्टी अपने जो राष्ट्रपति हैं, उपराष्ट्रपति हैं, उनके बारे में जिस पर मिमिक्री पार्लियामेंट क्षेत्र में की गई है, बहुत दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है। ओबीसी के हैं और ओबीसी की कितनी इज्जत करते हैं इनसे मालूम पड़ रहा है।
सर, आखिरी सवाल है बिहार से जुड़ा हुआ। बिहार में जिस तरीके से शराबबंदी हुई है उसके बाद से लगातार कई घटनाएं हो रही हैं। बिहार के बेगूसराय में एक बिहार पुलिस के दरोगा की हत्या कर दी गई शराब माफियाओं द्वारा, इस पर क्या कहें?
देखिए, गुजरात में आज बिहार के अंदर जिस प्रकार से नीतीश कुमार जी प्रधानमंत्री खेलने के लिए बाहर निकले हुए हैं, वहाँ पे जंगल राज हो गया है। जिस प्रकार शराब माफिया लगातार पुलिस को टारगेट कर रहा है, जितने भी षड्यंत्रकारी हैं आतंकवादी गतिविधियों में और इनलीगल गतिविधियों में बोले, उनको मजा आ रहा है। वहाँ पर हर तरीके की जो घटनाएं लगातार घट रही हैं, क्योंकि वहाँ पर शासन नहीं है, शासन करने वाला कोई दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है। और जिसके साथ वो शासन कर रहे हैं वो ऑलरेडी अनेकों अनेक घोटालों में लिप्त पाए गए हैं, जंगल राज के वो जन्मदाता हैं। तो मुझे लगता है कि बिहार आज भगवान नाम पर ही चल रहा है, ईश्वर ही बचाएगा उसको।
All right, on that note, we slip into a short break. On the other side, the biggest reform of criminal justice system, Lok Sabha passes the 3 new criminal laws.
Powered by Epson Eco Tank Printers. Join the Eco Revolution.
संतों का पंजाब, दिलदारों का पंजाब, देश का अनाज भंडार पंजाब, बिजनेस में तरक्की करता पंजाब, देश को सफल बनाता पंजाब। देखिए हमारे साथ बढ़ता पंजाब। संतों का पंजाब, दिलदारों का पंजाब, देश का अनाज भंडार पंजाब, बिजनेस में तरक्की करता पंजाब, देश को सफल बनाता पंजाब। देखिए हमारे साथ बढ़ता पंजाब। संतों का पंजाब, दिलदारों का पंजाब, देश का अनाज भंडार पंजाब, बिजनेस में तरक्की करता पंजाब, देश को सफल बनाता पंजाब। देखिए हमारे साथ बढ़ता पंजाब। सीएम भगवंत मान से जानेंगे पंजाब के विकास की गाथा। कृषि, रोजगार और निवेश से क्यों चमक रहा पंजाब का माथा। चहुमुखी विकास है सीएम भगवंत मान का वादा। हम उनसे ही सुनेंगे अब क्या है उनका इरादा। बढ़ता पंजाब इस सोमवार सुबह 10:30 बजे से सिर्फ रिपब्लिक भारत पर। सीएम भगवंत मान से जानेंगे पंजाब के विकास की गाथा। कृषि, रोजगार और निवेश से क्यों चमक रहा पंजाब का माथा। चहुमुखी विकास है सीएम भगवंत मान का वादा। हम उनसे ही सुनेंगे अब क्या है उनका इरादा। बढ़ता पंजाब इस सोमवार सुबह 10:30 बजे से सिर्फ रिपब्लिक भारत पर। सीएम भगवंत मान से जानेंगे पंजाब के विकास की गाथा। कृषि, रोजगार और निवेश से क्यों चमक रहा पंजाब का माथा। चहुमुखी विकास है सीएम भगवंत मान का वादा। हम उनसे ही सुनेंगे अब क्या है उनका इरादा। बढ़ता पंजाब इस सोमवार सुबह 10:30 बजे से सिर्फ रिपब्लिक भारत पर। संतों का पंजाब, दिलदारों का पंजाब, देश का अनाज भंडार पंजाब, बिजनेस में तरक्की करता पंजाब, देश को सफल बनाता पंजाब। देखिए हमारे साथ बढ़ता पंजाब। सीएम भगवंत मान से जानेंगे पंजाब के विकास की गाथा। कृषि, रोजगार और निवेश से क्यों चमक रहा पंजाब का माथा। चहुमुखी विकास है सीएम भगवंत मान का वादा। हम उनसे ही सुनेंगे अब क्या है उनका इरादा। बढ़ता पंजाब इस सोमवार सुबह 10:30 बजे से सिर्फ रिपब्लिक भारत पर। संतों का पंजाब, दिलदारों का पंजाब, देश का अनाज भंडार पंजाब, बिजनेस में तरक्की करता पंजाब, देश को सफल बनाता पंजाब। देखिए हमारे साथ।
Over 5.5 tons of supplies. Over 12,000 people have been rescued till now from the flood-hit areas. Chief Minister M.K. Stalin urged the centre to release rupees 7,300 crore funds on an immediate basis. CM Stalin also met Prime Minister Narendra Modi and briefed him on the flood situation in the state. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
The Ministry of Commerce, Government of India has conferred the National Award for Innovation on Amity School out of 10,000 schools in India with Atal Tinkering Labs. The Ministry of Commerce, Government of India has conferred the National Award for Innovation on Amity School out of 10,000 schools in India with Atal Tinkering Labs. A testimony to Amity's focus on instilling scientific temperament and innovative spirit among its students.
संतों का पंजाब, दिलदारों का पंजाब, देश का अनाज भंडार पंजाब, बिजनेस में तरक्की करता पंजाब, देश को सफल बनाता पंजाब। देखिए हमारे साथ बढ़ता पंजाब। सीएम भगवंत मान से जानेंगे पंजाब के विकास की गाथा। कृषि, रोजगार और निवेश से क्यों चमक रहा पंजाब का माथा। चहुमुखी विकास है सीएम भगवंत मान का वादा। हम उनसे ही सुनेंगे अब क्या है उनका इरादा। बढ़ता पंजाब इस सोमवार सुबह 10:30 बजे से सिर्फ रिपब्लिक भारत पर। सीएम भगवंत मान से जानेंगे पंजाब के विकास की गाथा। कृषि, रोजगार और निवेश से क्यों चमक रहा पंजाब का माथा। चहुमुखी विकास है सीएम भगवंत मान का वादा। हम उनसे ही सुनेंगे अब क्या है उनका इरादा। बढ़ता पंजाब इस सोमवार सुबह 10:30 बजे से सिर्फ रिपब्लिक भारत पर। सीएम भगवंत मान से जानेंगे पंजाब के विकास की गाथा। कृषि, रोजगार और निवेश से क्यों चमक रहा पंजाब का माथा। चहुमुखी विकास है सीएम भगवंत मान का वादा। हम उनसे ही सुनेंगे अब क्या है उनका इरादा। बढ़ता पंजाब इस सोमवार सुबह 10:30 बजे से सिर्फ रिपब्लिक भारत पर। संतों का पंजाब, दिलदारों का पंजाब, देश का अनाज भंडार पंजाब, बिजनेस में तरक्की करता पंजाब, देश को सफल बनाता पंजाब। देखिए हमारे साथ बढ़ता पंजाब। सीएम भगवंत मान से जानेंगे पंजाब के विकास की गाथा। कृषि, रोजगार और निवेश से क्यों चमक रहा पंजाब का माथा। चहुमुखी विकास है सीएम भगवंत मान का वादा। हम उनसे ही सुनेंगे अब क्या है उनका इरादा। बढ़ता पंजाब इस सोमवार सुबह 10:30 बजे से सिर्फ रिपब्लिक भारत पर। संतों का पंजाब, दिलदारों का पंजाब, देश का अनाज भंडार पंजाब, बिजनेस में तरक्की करता पंजाब, देश को सफल बनाता पंजाब। देखिए हमारे साथ बढ़ता पंजाब। संतों का पंजाब, दिलदारों का पंजाब, देश का अनाज भंडार पंजाब, बिजनेस में तरक्की करता पंजाब, देश को सफल बनाता पंजाब। देखिए हमारे साथ बढ़ता पंजाब। संतों का पंजाब, दिलदारों का पंजाब।
terror attack that claimed the life of 3 top officials from the Jammu and Kashmir Police and Indian Army. Jammu and Kashmir Police was probing this case under the FIR number 126 registered at the Kokarnag Police Station. But now the National Investigation Agency has taken over the case and has registered the FIR number 4 at the Jammu Police Station. Important to mention that the FIR has been registered under the section 302, 307, 25, 27 and 7 of the Arms Act, along with the 18, 20, 23, 38 and 39 of the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. This was one of the deadliest attacks on the security forces in year 2023, and the decision was taken to hand it over to the National Investigation Agency, which will now be probing the thorough links of the terrorist Uzair Khan and also the 2 overground workers that were arrested before the attack, along with the arms and ammunition that were providing the support to Uzair Khan and his associates. Only one terrorist was killed in this encounter and rest managed to flee. The sources suggest that there is a larger conspiracy of the Pakistani terrorists being involved in this attack, and how they set a pattern of the leads to the Jammu and Kashmir Police and the Indian Army to mislead them and to carry out one of the deadliest attacks in 2023, in which the Colonel Manpreet Singh, Major Ashish and Deputy SP Humayun Bhatt attained martyrdom.
अक्सर मन में डर सा आता है। तुम बस एक हाथ बढ़ाओ, राह हम बना लेंगे। तुम बस मैदान तक जाओ, हम जीत को अपना लेंगे। लेट्स प्लेज टू हेल्प मेक इंडिया समर्थ बाय Hyundai। मंजिल उनकी, साथ हमारा। Hyundai.co.in पर लॉग इन करें।
Experience a new Verilux progressive lens designed with artificial intelligence so it can predict your natural eye movement. Verilux XR series for instantly sharp vision in motion and seamless
सीएम भगवंत मान से जानेंगे पंजाब के विकास की गाथा। कृषि, रोजगार और निवेश से क्यों चमक रहा पंजाब का माथा। चहुमुखी विकास है सीएम भगवंत मान का वादा। हम उनसे ही सुनेंगे अब क्या है उनका इरादा। बढ़ता पंजाब इस सोमवार सुबह 10:30 बजे से सिर्फ रिपब्लिक भारत पर। संतों का पंजाब, दिलदारों का पंजाब। देश का अनाज भंडार पंजाब, बिजनेस में तरक्की करता पंजाब, देश को सफल बनाता पंजाब। देखिए हमारे साथ बढ़ता पंजाब। सीएम भगवंत मान से जानेंगे पंजाब के विकास की गाथा। कृषि, रोजगार और निवेश से क्यों चमक रहा पंजाब का माथा। चहुमुखी विकास है सीएम भगवंत मान का वादा। हम उनसे ही सुनेंगे अब क्या है उनका इरादा। बढ़ता पंजाब इस सोमवार सुबह 10:30 बजे से सिर्फ रिपब्लिक भारत पर। संतों का पंजाब, दिलदारों का पंजाब। देश का अनाज भंडार पंजाब, बिजनेस में तरक्की करता पंजाब, देश को सफल बनाता पंजाब। देखिए हमारे साथ बढ़ता पंजाब। संतों का पंजाब, दिलदारों का पंजाब। देश का अनाज भंडार पंजाब, बिजनेस में तरक्की करता पंजाब, देश को सफल बनाता पंजाब। देखिए हमारे साथ बढ़ता पंजाब। संतों का पंजाब, दिलदारों का पंजाब, देश का अनाज भंडार पंजाब, बिजनेस में तरक्की करता पंजाब, देश को सफल बनाता पंजाब। देखिए हमारे साथ बढ़ता पंजाब। सीएम भगवंत मान से जानेंगे पंजाब के विकास की गाथा। कृषि, रोजगार और निवेश से क्यों चमक रहा पंजाब का माथा। चहुमुखी विकास है सीएम भगवंत मान का वादा।
Propose the name of Mallikarjun Kharge as the prime ministerial face for the INDA alliance. The Congress sources say could informally agree. What will Nitish Kumar do? He's already sulking. This is a complete chaos in the INDA camp. Big political storm over the shameful mocking of the Vice President. The Prime Minister also expressing his anguish. But the INDA alliance is unapologetic. Rahul Gandhi calls this quote-unquote unharmful. Mamata Banerjee says this is not even an issue. It is the biggest reform to the criminal justice system. The Lok Sabha passes the 3 new criminal bills. And in the Lok Sabha, Amit Shah makes a statement of intent. He says it's time now to end the colonial laws that have enslaved us for the longest time. Ladies and gentlemen, the show is called The Biggest Story Tonight, and I'm Deepthi Sachdeva. Yesterday, when we asked a lot of political representatives who are a part of the INDA alliance that Mamata Banerjee has proposed the name of Mallikarjun Kharge as the prime ministerial face, a lot of them said this is propaganda. This is the media wanting us to fight. And even then, they did not want to respond to that statement. But 24 hours later, Mamata Banerjee makes this official. She's spoken to the media, she's responded to that question, and she says, yes, I did propose the name of Mallikarjun Kharge as the prime ministerial face. But then, why has the Congress not been wanting to respond to this? Is the Congress even okay in having Mallikarjun Kharge as the prime ministerial face, or they still want a Gandhi to be named as the prime ministerial face? So story has moved thick and fast. You're also looking at a Nitish Kumar who continues to sulk. He does not know what really has struck him, because considering that he's the one who essentially got all these parties together, who many said are not even like-minded in the last many months, did he really deserve this is a question the JDU has been asking itself, much more for Nitish Kumar. On the other side, in the parliament, we have still seen more chaos. We've seen more suspensions, and we've seen a defiance that has come in from the INDA alliance. Let's quickly make way to listen in to the top reactions on this story.
नहीं खड़गे जी को नाम हमने किया है कि हर लोग पूछता है एक फेस तो चाहिए, तुम्हारा फेस कौन है, तो इसी के लिए हम प्रपोजल दिया था कि खड़गे जी को होना चाहिए. खड़गे जी अगर फेस होगा तो ठीक है, और हमारा कोई एतराज नहीं है, और हमको सपोर्ट दिया है अरविंद केजरीवाल.
नीतीश जी के लिए बिहार का एक एक वर्कर, एक एक कार्यकर्ता चाहता है कि नीतीश जी, बिहार की जनता चाहती है कि देश का प्रधानमंत्री अगर किसी को बनना हो तो माननीय नीतीश कुमार जी बने.
And along with Mamata Banerjee, the gentleman that you just heard, remember, ladies and gentlemen, he is a representative of the JDU. He represents a Janata Dal United that's been headed by Nitish Kumar, and he says, chai samosa. बस यही होता है INDA की बैठक में. So clearly there is much that the alliance really needs to respond to. But like I said, this has not just been the only controversy. The other story that again continues to get bigger is the entire mimicry episode. Mamata Banerjee was asked a question about this earlier when she was responding. She very cleverly is distancing herself from what her own member of parliament has said and done. But then in the same breath, she is pointing fingers at Rahul Gandhi. And she says, ऐसा कुछ होता ही नहीं अगर राहुल गांधी वो वीडियो नहीं बनाते. But then Rahul Gandhi has also responded to this. And he says that the video that you see already out and that has gone viral, I haven't done it. And he says, this was just in my phone. So is this another fissure between the TMC and the Congress, as many have said, that continues to get aggravated by the moment? Listen in to both Mamata Banerjee and a reaction that has also come in from the Congress camp. And then we take forward to ask that 100 days to go for the big battle of 2024, does the INDI even have an agenda, even have a face, or they'll continue to fight like this?
क्यों आप ऐसा बात करते हैं? हम तो रिस्पेक्ट करते हैं सबको ना. एक डिसरेस्पेक्ट का कोई बात नहीं होता है. इसको जस्ट पॉलिटिकली कैजुअली आपको तो पता भी नहीं चलता अगर राहुल जी वीडियो में छवि नहीं छूटा तो.
वहाँ पे एमपीज बैठे हुए थे. मैंने उनका वीडियो लिया. मेरा वीडियो मेरे फोन पे है. मीडिया दिखा रहा है, मीडिया कह रहा है, मोदी जी कह रहे हैं, किसी ने कुछ कहा ही नहीं है.
क्यों आप ऐसा बात करते हैं?
So Rahul Gandhi says, मेरा वीडियो तो मेरे ही फोन पर है. Then why is Mamata Banerjee blaming Rahul Gandhi? Clearly, remember, these will be questions that will be asked by everyone. And though yesterday the INDI alliance wanted us to believe that everything is hunky-dory, they are well on the road to defeat Narendra Modi. Ladies and gentlemen, just in the last few hours, I think it's just been close to about 24 hours since that meeting has happened. But look at the many, many contradictions. You've seen what Mamata Banerjee has said vis-a-vis Mallikarjun Kharge. Many say this was a googly aimed not just at the Congress to ensure that a Gandhi Parivar person is never named as a prime ministerial face, but also this has scuttled a Nitish Kumar's ambition. Nitish Kumar was very, very hopeful. A lot of his leaders, in fact, a lot of these leaders that we've also spoken to yesterday said कि Nitish Kumar ही देश के अगले प्रधानमंत्री बन सकते हैं और उनका अनाउंसमेंट किया जाएगा. अगर प्रधानमंत्री फेस नहीं तो एटलीस्ट अ कन्वीनर. But nothing like that has happened. There are also reports that Nitish Kumar is also miffed with Lalu Prasad Yadav. The same Lalu Prasad Yadav who ensured that Nitish Kumar breaks from the BJP. He comes with the RJD. There is a government in Bihar. And right now his son Tejasvi Yadav is heading that government. And when it comes to the INDI alliance, the prime ministerial face, Nitish Kumar clearly must today be thinking, what did I do wrong? But let me also tell you a little bit more about Akhilesh Yadav. He is the other character in the entire story that becomes very, very important. Do remember the 80 Lok Sabha seats that the state of Uttar Pradesh gives. 64 is what the BJP won the last time around in 2019. And that is also a state where Akhilesh Yadav, the BSP, the BJP and the Congress will believe that we will be having our stake. But yesterday, according to reports, Akhilesh Yadav apparently wanted a clarification from the Congress whether they are even talking to the BSP. And if they are, he said, I will not be a part of the alliance. Now, a lot of netas can say that all this is hearsay, but let's get in those questions with a panel of guests that will join us through the course of the next few minutes. I do have Karuna Sagarji, who's a spokesperson of the RJD, who's live with us right now. We are also waiting for a representative from the Congress to join us and a representative from the RLJP to join us in just a moment. But even as that happens, Karuna Sagarji, namaste, sir, and thank you for speaking to us on Republic. What happened to Nitish Kumar? It seems that Lalu Prasad Yadav, Mamata Banerjee and Arvind Kejriwal all have come together to ensure that Nitish Kumar will continue to sulk.
Well, Dipti, thank you very much. You see, I heard your opening remarks, and it's all about conspiracy theories, which has basically no basis at all. You have been saying that Mr. Nitish Kumar is sulking. Has he told anybody that he's sulking? No. And You know that in the meeting, Mamata Banerjee ji and Arvind Kejriwal proposed Kharge ji's name for Prime Minister candidate, and he very humbly, very politely talked about his own struggles in life, and he said, our target right now is to maximize our number of MPs, and once we have the numbers, we will decide about the PM candidate. So there is absolutely no conspiracy, and nobody is miffed and nobody is sulking.
Right. Okay, interesting. Because you're a man of few words, sir. You lay the story out very clearly, and I think I should also wait for the response coming in from the RLJP and the Congress in just a moment. But you know, our team is just going to put out one image. That is an image of a Nitish Kumar, who was a part of the INDA Alliance meeting yesterday. But he and Lalu Prasad Yadav, sir, they decide to leave this meeting early. But then he is also holding a meeting with all his member of parliament. Now, were you aware of this meeting that Nitish Kumar has called? Many say कि suddenly बुला लिया. Nitish Kumar के मन में क्या चल रहा है? No one knows.
Dipti, I'll tell you, just a few minutes back, Mr. Lalan Singh, who is the national president of JDU, he spoke to the media and he said that since the Honorable Chief Minister was in Delhi, MPs wanted to meet, and it was an impromptu meeting, and they came and met him. And he assured the media that there is absolutely no problem with any of the constituents of the INDA Alliance, and the India Alliance remains strong. In fact, decision has been taken that within 15-20 days, actually the upper limit is 3 weeks, the seat sharing will be completed. Then there will be rallies of India allies in different states together, and a common manifesto and campaign strategy would be rolled out. And the various committees of the India Alliance is already working on it.
But Sanjay ji, many would also say, Karuna Sagar ji, that with what has happened in the last at least a year, people have only seen meetings and more meetings. There is also this JDU MP, Pintu ji, जो ये कहते हैं कि INDA meetings are only about chai and samosa. Now, I want to know today that why did Lalu Prasad Yadav and Nitish Kumar did not participate in a joint press conference? Why did we not have the INDA Alliance taking a joint press conference and speaking to the media, sir?
Again, 2 points here. You are talking about this gentleman, Sunil Kumar Pintu. He is basically, he was a BJP leader who was adjusted against the JDU because JDU contested the last parliamentary election along with the BJP. And he is a persona non grata in JDU. JDU spokespersons time and again has shown him the door. And Mr. Devesh Chand Mishra, who is a senior leader of JDU, has already said that he has been given a green signal to contest from Sitamarhi and that constituency. Second thing is, Mr. Lalan Singh again spoke to the press, as I said few minutes back, and he said that Mr. Nitish Kumar took permission from Sonia ji, Kharge ji and Mr. Rahul Gandhi to leave because it was decided that this is not a press conference where all the constituents are going to speak. Just Mr. Kharge would brief the press and everybody need not be there.
But does that mean, Karuna Sagar ji, that you know, the larger allies in the INDA Alliance have actually accepted that Congress is the big brother in the alliance? Have all of you accepted this?
See, there is no question of big brother and small brother because we have been talking. You said we have conducted 4 meetings. If we had not conducted meetings, you would say there is hardly just 1 meeting and no follow-up. Whereas in NDA, you have seen just one off meeting, and you know what transpired in the meeting. We have been talking to each other since June, and this was the 4th edition. So every meeting, we are moving forward. and Congress is a national party, has footprints in most parts of the country.
Okay.
And when the seat sharing takes place, it will take place on the basis of a strength of the partners in different states. And whichever party is strong in a particular state, they will take a lead. And INC has already put up a panel also who will be talking to other India partners regarding the seat sharing. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Karuna Sagarji, I think you have broadly outlined far better than what a lot of other people in the alliance have not been able to tell us, that what really will be the blueprint of how the alliance decides to fight Narendra Modi come 2024. And let's not forget, Sanjay Sarabji, good evening and welcome. Your spokesperson of the RLJP, and also Nikhil is joining us. He's also a political analyst. Nikhil, thank you also for your time. We are running against time, Nikhil. 100 days to go for the big Lok Sabha elections. Now, Karuna Sagarji says all is well. Nitish Kumar is not sulking. But you know it. Nikhil, you know it that Nitish Kumar today is sulking. He's the man who ensured that all of you come together. He's done all the hard work. He went from pillar to post. But today, you people have completely scuttled all his chances, Nikhil. Why did you do this to him?
Nobody has done anything to Nitish Kumar. Nitish Kumar is a very important and fundamental part of the alliance, and nobody can take that away from him. But at the same time, the Congress party is the largest political party in this alliance, and it is not a big brother or a small brother. It just so happens to be the largest party in the alliance. I don't understand why is it so hard for people to, understand, and especially for the BJP to go around slinging mud on the alliance, saying that this alliance is not working. They themselves have an alliance called the ND Alliance, or the National Democratic Alliance. I don't know where the democracy in that alliance is. There are supposedly 38 parties in that alliance. They never hold a meeting. Nobody knows who's the leader of that alliance. Nobody even knows which parties are there in that alliance.
Nikhil, as always, we spend more time talking about BJP but not talking about the India alliance. So as always, I'll steer the conversation back. Nikhil, I will steer the conversation back, and Sanjay Sarabji will respond to what the BJP is saying or not doing along with the NDA. But Nikhil, tell me something. Are you supporting Mallikarjun Kharge as the prime ministerial candidate from the India alliance? Do you support him?
Why not? Why not? I would support Mallikarjun Kharge. I would also support Rahul Gandhi. I would also support any other strong leader that the alliance decides to put forth. Mallikarjun Kharge is a man who came from a very, very humble and a very traumatic background in childhood. His own parents were burnt alive.
That is the
they
problem.
Were freedom fighters, and they were burnt alive for that.
Nikhil,
and he's risen
exactly
through the ranks despite being
that
from the
is
Dalit
the
community.
How can a non-Gandhi be named as the prime ministerial face? That's exactly what Mallikarjun Kharge knows, and that's exactly why Mamata Banerjee has pinned this googly to you, because she knows, and she's giving you a message, Nikhil. Whether you accept this or not, Mamata Banerjee, Arvind Kejriwal, they're all giving you a message, along with Nitish Kumar, that you cannot have a Gandhi at the helm of affairs anymore.
Kejriwal and other leaders of different parties in the India alliance are very strongly with the alliance. They acknowledge the importance of the Congress party as the biggest party and the biggest component of the alliance, which is why they've put forth the name of the president of the party. I don't see where is the googly in that. That is
so you should say Mallikarjun Kharge, you should say he is the face of the alliance. No, what is the problem? And see how Mamata Banerjee has created the narrative. She says a Dalit prime ministerial face versus the OBC prime ministerial face of Narendra Modi. Nikhil, why don't you want the battle to be pitched like this instead of a Rahul Gandhi versus Narendra Modi? Nikhil.
No. It's first of all, the India Alliance has not formally announced a PM candidate. Secondly, even if they do, that is not going to take away the political might and the mass popularity of Rahul Gandhi, Nitish Kumar,
Mamata Banerjee has said this.
Mamata Banerjee, Akhilesh Yadav,
all of you said this is fake news.
DMK's Stalin, all these leaders will continue to remain very tall and popular political figures in the country. And just even if the alliance does indeed formally name Mr. Kharge as the prime ministerial candidate, that is not to say that he is the only face of the alliance. All these leaders of all these parties are faces of the alliance. They're fighting the elections together.
Nikhil, Sitaram Yechuri ji openly said once he came out, he told nothing.
Nikhil, wait. I think you've answered the question. You've answered the question, but let me get in. Let me get in, Sanjay ji. Before I get in Karuna Sagar ji back into the conversation. Sanjay ji,
exactly what
you love the battle when it is Modi versus Rahul Gandhi. You love that battle. You love how that story will play out. But it will be problematic, Sanjay ji, for you the moment it is a Mallikarjun Kharge versus Narendra Modi. In your heart, you know this. The same Dalit vote that you have been trying to woo, the BJP has been trying to woo. And if Mallikarjun Kharge is projected as a prime ministerial face, would the BJP welcome this?
No, there is nothing like that. Why to welcome them? It is their leader. If they are selecting Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, I think it is a no ball. It is not a googly. It is a no ball from the Indi Gadbadhan, because it is directly they are giving to Rahul Gandhi. Why don't say openly say that Lalu ji has said in the first meeting, Dulha tayar ho ja, Barati hum tayar hai. They should openly accept it. It is Rahul Gandhi. It is not Mr. Kharge. Let them come. And number two.
नहीं तो आप चाहते हैं संजय जी, आप चाहते हैं कि राहुल गांधी वर्सेस नरेंद्र मोदी हो? आप अपने दिल्ली में ये चाहते हैं ना कि ये नरेंद्र मोदी वर्सेस राहुल गांधी हो?
I think there is some audio problem.
हाँ, बट आज ममता बनर्जी ने कहा है सर, ममता बनर्जी ने कहा है कि हाँ मैंने मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे का नाम प्रपोज किया है।
दीप्ति जी, उन्होंने कहा है, बट उनके साथ में उन्हीं का अपोनेंट जो वेस्ट बंगाल में सीताराम येचुरी सीपीएम वाले वो बाहर आके खुलकर बोले कि कोई भी चीज ऐसा डिसाइड नहीं हुआ। दिस इज द कोऑर्डिनेशन व्हाट दे हैव बीन सेइंग। इस बात की कोऑर्डिनेशन की है यहाँ अंदर में, जो अंदर एक बात होती है, बाहर एक बात होती है। बाहर में आके ही सेड ओपनली नथिंग हैज बीन डिसाइडेड रिलेटेड खड़गे जी।
इंटरेस्टिंग कि इस टाइम पर आप कांग्रेस को सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि आप भी ये जानते हैं संजय जी दैट द बैटल विल कंप्लीटली चेंज वंस इट इज खड़गे वर्सेस नरेंद्र मोदी। But I want to give the last word to Karuna Sagar ji, the spokesperson of the RJD, who's joined us for the very first time on Republic. Now, Karuna Sagar ji, आप मुझे ये बताइए, sir, would you want a Mallikarjun Kharge to be declared the prime ministerial face? Will you support what Mamata Banerjee and Akhilesh Yadav have been saying?
Well, Dipti, this is a hypothetical question at the moment, because as you know, what transpired in the meeting that Mamata ji and Kejriwal ji, they proposed his name and he himself declined, saying that once the elections are over, we have the numbers, we will decide about the PM candidate. So now it becomes speculative to say whether we will support or not.
No, but does the RJD support this, sir? Will the RJD support this?
Dipti, the support or not support cannot be decided in a TV debate. You know, there was a meeting called of all the senior leaders precisely to discuss this point, and as Kharge ji refused to take up, it was given up. So there is no question of supporting or not supporting at the moment.
Okay. Why Lalu ji and Nitish ji have left?
Okay, interesting. You know, this decision, Karuna Sagar ji, will clearly not be taken in a television studio, but when the entire INDA Alliance people meet, they sit for 3 hours. Either they don't discuss all this, या सिर्फ चाय समोसे पे चर्चा होती है, like your own MP says, or like Nikhil said, that Mallikarjun Kharge can be supported, but then Rahul Gandhi should also be supported. And that is the biggest problem right now with the INDA Alliance.
No.
Gentlemen,
any
it's
of the
been a
top leaders
fascinating
of the alliance can be
conversation.
supported. DP, I don't understand where is the
Thank you
problem
so
with
much.
that.
We are heading into a break right now. Nikhil, we'll speak to you some other time, Nikhil. For what of time? Yes, for what of time, but we'll carry forward this conversation and our focus on what's happening in the INDA Alliance. Thank you for your time.
संतों का पंजाब, दिलदारों का पंजाब, देश का अनाज भंडार पंजाब, बिजनेस में तरक्की करता पंजाब, देश को सफल बनाता पंजाब। देखिए हमारे साथ बढ़ता पंजाब। संतों का पंजाब, दिलदारों का पंजाब, देश का अनाज भंडार पंजाब, बिजनेस में तरक्की करता पंजाब, देश को सफल बनाता पंजाब। देखिए हमारे साथ बढ़ता पंजाब। संतों का पंजाब, दिलदारों का पंजाब, देश का अनाज भंडार पंजाब, बिजनेस में तरक्की करता पंजाब, देश को सफल बनाता पंजाब। देखिए हमारे साथ बढ़ता पंजाब। सीएम भगवंत मान से जानेंगे पंजाब के विकास की गाथा। कृषि, रोजगार और निवेश से क्यों चमक रहा पंजाब का माथा। चहुमुखी विकास है सीएम भगवंत मान का वादा। हम उनसे ही सुनेंगे अब क्या है उनका इरादा। बढ़ता पंजाब इस सोमवार सुबह 10:30 बजे से सिर्फ रिपब्लिक भारत पर। सीएम भगवंत मान से जानेंगे पंजाब के विकास की गाथा। कृषि, रोजगार और निवेश से क्यों चमक रहा पंजाब का माथा। चहुमुखी विकास है सीएम भगवंत मान का वादा। हम उनसे ही सुनेंगे अब क्या है उनका इरादा। बढ़ता पंजाब इस सोमवार सुबह 10:30 बजे से सिर्फ रिपब्लिक भारत पर। सीएम भगवंत मान से जानेंगे पंजाब के विकास की गाथा। कृषि, रोजगार और निवेश से क्यों चमक रहा पंजाब का माथा। चहुमुखी विकास है सीएम भगवंत मान का वादा। हम उनसे ही सुनेंगे अब क्या है उनका इरादा। बढ़ता पंजाब इस सोमवार सुबह 10:30 बजे से सिर्फ रिपब्लिक भारत पर। संतों का पंजाब, दिलदारों का पंजाब, देश का अनाज भंडार पंजाब, बिजनेस में तरक्की करता पंजाब, देश को सफल बनाता पंजाब। देखिए हमारे साथ बढ़ता पंजाब। सीएम भगवंत मान से जानेंगे पंजाब के विकास की गाथा। कृषि, रोजगार और निवेश से क्यों चमक रहा पंजाब का माथा। चहुमुखी विकास है सीएम भगवंत मान का वादा। हम उनसे ही सुनेंगे अब क्या है उनका इरादा। बढ़ता पंजाब इस सोमवार सुबह 10:30 बजे से सिर्फ रिपब्लिक भारत पर। संतों का पंजाब, दिलदारों का पंजाब, देश का अनाज भंडार पंजाब, बिजनेस में तरक्की करता पंजाब, देश को सफल बनाता पंजाब। देखिए हमारे साथ बढ़ता पंजाब। संतों का पंजाब, दिलदारों का पंजाब, देश का अनाज भंडार पंजाब, बिजनेस में तरक्की करता पंजाब।
Saksha Sanhita. Following the recent incident of the mockery in Parliament, Prime Minister Modi expressed his disappointment to Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar regarding the conduct of the certain members of the Parliament within the Parliament complex. Expressing disappointment over the humiliation of Vice President in the Parliament complex, Draupadi Murmu said that the elected representatives must be free to express themselves, but the expression should be within the